Today is August 23rd. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, presented by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey, coming your way between games of a doubleheader. And Rammer, first game for the Cardinals didn't go their way as they dropped the first one 2-0. 10 total hits in the game, 5 for each side.
I'm a little concerned. The offense the last two nights is starting to look like the dog days of August have hit them. The offense looks sluggish, and it's a little bit of a concern. Now, you got around it by winning 1-0 yesterday, but it didn't mean the offense didn't look sluggish. It did. More of the same today. Goldschmidt has gone into a mini slump. You can't hit 600 forever. I get that. But you hate to go all the way to 0 for 10 or whatever it is. So, I'm looking for a bounce back offensively this evening.
Yeah, I mean that 0 for 10 is not about to turn into an 0 for 20 like a Paul DeJong would, but it's it's going to happen. He's a 300 hitter, so if he goes on a stretch of hitting 600, at some point that's got to drop down to about 50 to even out the 600 or whatever the math would be for that.
But keep in mind, if Arenado and we had a couple of months now, or maybe not quite 2 months, but 6 weeks of Arenado and Goldschmidt hitting at the same time, something we've been looking for 2 seasons. It's happened,
and that's And if they would have won the game this morning or this afternoon, they would have been 20 games over 500. I think that's what we need to like. They would have been 71-51, 20 games over 500 if they would have won this afternoon. It's going to happen. They're going to get there.
Well, if I was a millionaire, I wouldn't be on the show. So let's talk about reality. Reality is, I'm just saying, keep your eyes open for trends. One, you're still getting good pitching. That's a great trend. That's an awesome trend. But keep an eye on the offense. We got to get it going again. And you've got it. We've talked about it. I guess it's been 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Who's going to step up and help Goldschmidt and Arenado? For several weeks, we've seen it. Okay, let's get out of the doldrums now. Let's get it done tonight. You don't want this thing to snowball.
Earlier, we didn't talk. I have a pregame show, but yesterday, Albert Pujols hits career home run number 693. Comes out today. He did double earlier in the game, so he did have the double, but then was stranded there on the bases. Lars Nootbaar with another 2 hits. So that's a guy that continues to impress, and
just missed a third as he went for tried to drag bunt, kind of didn't hit it. You didn't make good contact, and they got him. But Lars is doing a terrific job.
Yeah. So the Cardinals. The Cardinals come out with their Game 2 lineup tonight, 7:05. It's Adrian Sampson going against Jake Woodford, and the Cardinals will line up like this. Lars Nootbaar is in right, Brendan Donovan at third, Paul Goldschmidt at first, Nolan Arenado DHing for the nightcap, Nolan Gorman is at second, Tyler O'Neill in center, Corey Dickerson in left, Andrew Knizner behind the plate, and Tommy Edman is at short. For the Cubs, Nick Madrigal leads off and plays second. Ian Happ in left. Seiya Suzuki is in right. Franmil Reyes is DHing. Nico Horner at short. Patrick Wisdom in the lineup. A bit of a surprise. And he is at first base. PJ Higgins is behind the plate. Nelson Velasquez is in center. And Christopher Morel is at third base. So you've seen what Ali Marmol has done many times this year, which I think any smart manager would do when you have Paul Goldschmidt hitting third and Nolan Arenado hitting fourth, and you have the ability to use the DH all season long.
Yeah, of course.
You give them rest. You saw Paul Goldschmidt last night DH while Albert played first. You see Nolan Arenado DHing this evening while Brendan Donovan plays third. That's kind of their way of giving those guys a day off. And then I think a week from now, we'll maybe see each one of them get a day off. And then you won't see them take another day off the whole month of September until the Cardinals have clinched whatever it is they are going to clinch for the postseason.
Well, and they'll continue to be able to DH all the way through. And that is a real advantage, having a couple of guys that can play the corners when one of the big boys is just hitting on that day. And Ollie's done a good job with that.
And you know what? I think I don't know if it was because you had 18 innings to play today, or if it was because Albert Pujols has been really hot, or maybe a combination of the two of them to kind of roll the dice in game one and give Albert the start. Maybe just say, you know what? Hey, big boy, you're hitting all these lefties. Why don't you go out there and see if you can put one on Waveland against a righty?
Well, because it's a doubleheader, usually a manager will go one of two ways. He'll either play a straight lineup and then a scrub lineup, or he'll divide it up. And that's kind of what he did. You know, with your 13 position players, everybody should get to start one of the games. And I think it was really that simple.
And one thing for sure, Paul DeJong needs a break. I think you and I talked about it on Monday that he probably needed a break, and the Grand Slam probably saved him and got him to start on Saturday. And then you had the lefty too, that, you know, you had the lefty on Monday, so you gave him the start on Monday. Like, I think in the doubleheader today, he gets this. I mean, I think Paul DeJong just needs a day off from baseball at this point. He has not gotten one in, I mean, even the game he didn't start in Colorado still came in and pinch hit late in the game. So he needs a day off, because we're back to where we were with him prior to him being sent down to AAA.
I agree. And tonight is the perfect time to do it. One more.
It's still not a day off. I still don't see it as being a day off, because he played already. I think he just needs a day off of baseball. I mean, just of games, just a full 24 hours off.
Well, I hope that's work. I hope that would work. And it's certainly worth a try. I'm concerned that the 2 weeks of being hot was the aberration, and this is the real guy. That's my concern. The other thing is, I want to give you a little tease to look ahead to the weekend. It's not too soon. We've talked about before how one game begets the other. By the way, Wainwright going, and then Romero doing a good job. You've got everybody but Romero for the second game, and that's great. So hopefully Woodford can give you a respectable start, so you have people left over for tomorrow's game.
I was just about to get into that, but I'll wait till you make your point on the weekend first.
And then the thing about the Braves, something we'll probably talk about on Friday as a preview. What's one of the really unique and kind of cool things in the Braves story this year? I think it's the two rookies they brought up and who are killing it. And they brought them up, and what'd they do? They played them. I wonder if there's a rookie that is dominating in the minor leagues for the Cardinals that you could bring up and jumpstart. Probably not. Never mind. We'll talk about it on Friday.
Who are you wanting to call up on Friday? Are you calling for Jordan Walker?
I guess we don't have any good prospects. Nobody is considered really good.
I mean, I know he was just named the Cardinals' top prospect now, and he's moved into the top 10 in all of baseball. But I'm surprised.
So the Braves are right or wrong in their decision?
No, they're right. They're absolutely right. Yeah,
and then we're wrong.
I you know what? I think with them, I think they. Yeah, I don't. Are you playing Walker in the outfield that he just started playing at the trade deadline?
What about it?
Okay. All right.
Don't let fear stop you from being bold.
Be
bold, and mighty forces will come to your aid.
I mean, if you can hit, you can play the field. That's always been my mantra. If you can have a bat, I'll find a position for you. You can.
I don't know if you're aware. There's also a designated hitter.
Yeah, there is. I'm just saying. I mean, I'll find somewhere for you to go stand with your glove if you can hit the cover off the ball. I'm just
trying to give you a little teaser, something to ponder for a couple of days, and then we can talk about it on Friday.
Let's. I do want to quickly talk about the bullpen for the Cardinals, the pitching staff for the Cardinals, because I know yesterday you were ready. You had your whiteboard ready, and you were getting ready to dissect every option they had in these games. And then Jordan Montgomery goes out and throws a Maddox, and then today Adam Wainwright goes 6 strong, and then JoJo Romero comes in again and shuts it down. Who, you know what? The Cardinals earlier today re-signed TJ McFarland to a minor league deal. And so he's back in the system, but you know what? JoJo Romero, I think we kind of left that at him and his stats when he was traded over here from the Phillies. 2 impressive starts so far for the lefty.
So far, so good. And that's all you can do. Trot guys out there and give them an opportunity. So theoretically, you got 7 guys tonight. with a question mark on the 7th guy, Dakota Hudson. So probably 6 guys, but who knows how the game goes. And then the leftover guys would go tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on that. You got 3 lefties and 3 righties plus Hudson.
You do have, I mean, with a Jake Woodford start, who is your extra man and will be sent down tomorrow, you get 4 innings out of him and maybe go to Packy Naughton to throw the lefty out there. Maybe, you maybe go with an Andre Palante, get him 3 innings before you get to the end. The options are there because maybe you go into it too, assuming Miles Michaelis goes out there and goes deep into a game for you tomorrow, because Dakota Hudson right now is scheduled to start on Thursday.
We can't, I can't assume that about Miles, but what I can say is that if you're behind or even tied, I can't go to those guys. I got to go to Hicks.
You didn't just see what he has and just try to see if that's fixed.
If you burn your guys and don't win, now you've put yourself behind the 8 ball in back-to-back days.
Yeah. Well, game time starts in less than an hour. Cardinals and Cubs tonight, game 2 of the doubleheader. It is, as I mentioned earlier, it is, who was it? Jake Woodford going up against Adrian Sampson versus Jake Woodford tonight for game 2 or game 3 of 5 in this series up in Chicago. We will come your way tomorrow with another edition of Daily Cards Live, presented as always by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Rammer Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri, location St. Louis, St. Charles, the east side, northeast Missouri, all there for you. Feel like a local branch. Royal Banks of Missouri, where better service means better banking.
Hey, this weekend, it is Hall of Fame weekend, and we will have a whole lot about that. But still, tickets available for those games. Cardinals.com/promotions. This has been Daily Cards Live. He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Holiday